you have a square body like I do, you probably have one of these. Unless it's all been butchered. But you want one of these. So we'll get this to fit where this used to go without cutting up the dash. We're not gonna cut up anything. It'll fit in there, I promise you. Hang out and I'll show you how to do it. If we want that, actually no, if we want that to go where that goes, without destroying that or cutting any of that out, you're gonna need this. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. Like, you guys have seen this on the channel. This is my 78 Chevy C10, custom deluxe. And like I've said in the past, this is my son's truck. And he just got a license last week, finally gonna start driving it. But I wanted to put an upgraded radio in it. I wanted him to have the, well, he likes his rock and roll musics. Hell, I do too. He wanted something better than the factory radio. The factory radio works, nothing wrong with it. Sounds terrible. But I needed something, Apple CarPlay, he's got navigation on it. He doesn't, you know, kids these days, they don't know where the hell they're going. So that's less distracting than looking at his phone all the time. So he's got that. He's got better sounding, upgraded. We can put more speakers. That right only has, you know, it just has what it has. Not much to it. I think it only has one speaker in that truck. I think it's capable of supplying more speakers, but it still sounds like trash. If he's anything like me, he likes to listen to his music loud, and I know this because, well, hell, I live with him. So we're gonna get this thing updated. Modern radio, better sound. Well, we'll start with modern radio because we're into some issues with the sound, but I've already done a lot of the work. I've already done everything but throwing it in there, so I didn't bore you with all the build up, and it's taken me 2 days to get to this point. So let me show you what we got. All right, all I really did, I just took this kind of dimension and just turned it into this bracket right here, and it's a little bit wider than the stock stereo because this is the unit here really, and that's just a floating faceplate that kind of jams in there. And you see it's just a hair wider, so I made this just a bit wider, probably a little bit too wide, but I also had to fit brackets in there and whatnot. It uses the factory mounting places, so it mounts here, here, and here. This is all it mounts it. Mounts through the dash with those. Got some nuts in here that tighten up. And then there's a stud on the side of bracket that runs to the bottom of the dash. So I just mimicked that. Those there, and that there. This stud actually came with the kit to install the stereo. So I also made a dual port USB because the radio here comes with dual port USBs. So this truck didn't have an ashtray in it, so I just made a bracket. Mounts in the back there, you can see. The original intent was to make this just fit with a cigarette lighter that, but this is actually a little bit bigger than that. So now he's still got a charging if he needs a 12 volt, and he's got that. World's largest microphone. Man, that thing's huge. That's got to get hidden somewhere. And then I've got, I made some new speaker harnesses for the front and rear, if we ever get to that. This is the bracket. I just made this up. I made a little template here. Cut this out of some 22 gauge steel, folded it, put some holes in it. And now this radio here just sits in how there, and then it mounts to the side through the brackets that come with the radio, and this slides in there, gets put in the dash, screen goes on, boom, done. Make your connections in the back. Probably need to paint it. I'm not too worried about it. It's just really just a proof of concept, I guess you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, but it works. It worked for now. That's going to come back out again because I still got to put other stuff in there. So if anybody's interested in this little setup for that type of radio, I don't know if it's just that one. I would assume all the floating face radios are like that. I haven't looked at them all. But if you're interested in it, don't want to cut your dash up, but you want some upgrades, hit me up. I'll see what I can do. I've already gone through the back of this, made some connectors. This is the metric connector adapter. that adapts, you know, aftermarket radio to the factory harness. Like I said, if you've seen the other videos, this truck is pretty well molested, of course, wheels and tires, and a little bit lower stance. But harness wiring wise, nothing has been cut or messed with on that. And I didn't want to hack anything on this, so I got the Metro harness here, connects in. Funny thing about the factory radio is it only has a switch 12 volt and a ground, and then headlight signal going into the radio. So you've only got that going into here, and then comes another little connector. But then I just added this connector here to give it 12 volt switched, and then just tapped in the fuse block. I got my speakers, got front and rear, or yeah, this is front, this is rear. Capped off what I'm not going to use, but will, like I got parking brake, reverse input for reverse camera, reverse power to the camera, remote, going to put an amp in it eventually, subwoofer control, probably not going to use that. And then over here, remote camera or rear camera, capped this off, front camera. Don't think I'm gonna put a front camera, I don't know why I need it. And this is your mic. So all that's done up. Speaker harnesses are done. Those are ready to go in. Though I don't have front and rear speakers, I do have the one speaker in the front, 4x10. I did replace that. The old one was all dried and blown out, so that's been replaced. Sounds like junk because it's in a metal box with nothing behind it. So this should be pretty plug and play. So all I gotta do now is just throw it all in there. I think the longest part's gonna be probably just running those harnesses, which not really that long. So let's get after it. I'm gonna start with the ashtray because this thing is kind of a pain in the butt to get in there. I need all the room in here I can get. So remember how to get this thing in there. That was kind of easy. I don't know why it took me 30 minutes to get it out of there. Get it up in there. Am I hitting on? Here we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Now it goes. Ow. There. Not there yet. Get these in. Probably should hook up the wire first. Serial lighter wire goes back here. And goes down here somewhere. Get that out of the way. And fish that there. Alright, that got it. Jeez Louise. Now, we can get these in here. There. There we go. And now we got USBs. Cover that back up. Boom. And I know we got 8 miles of cable there, but we'll get that sorted out. And then we'll just tuck it all once we get everything in there. Get out of the way now. I think I'm going to go ahead and route my speaker wires. And then we put the radio in. So let's do that. Time for tacos. Boy, it's cold out here. So I got the garage closed. But I got my speaker wire here, and I made it where you can't mix them up. I got the female in this side, male in, whichever one you want to call it. This is the front, and this is the rear. So we'll route these up through here, like so. don't even know what that is. Get out there. Get in there. There's your slack. I'm going to route it right along top of this. Pretty much in with these, like so. There's convenient little what was I doing now? Dog interrupted me. Routing speaker wire, that's what I was doing. It's not that hard, genius. There we go. So that's gonna go through there, run down there. Run along here. Get in the groove, or else he gets the hose again. Get those rebuilt. What is going on here? Well, that's about junk. Messed that up, didn't I? Oh well. We're just gonna tuck in there like we never saw that. Get this up in here. Get this up in here. Get in there. And now they don't want to lay right. There, just do that. We'll never see it. Get that in there. This in here. Now put our trim piece back in. Here. That will go there. Like that. You'll never see it. No. Except you and I. It'll be our little secret. That one, this carpet's not the best. It'll get redone eventually. Now, good enough for a 16-year-old kid. 17. Oh, he's something. Got it? All right, that's the rear run. Now we gotta run the front. And I'll just do it. I don't know which side's which. Short side to go this way. So, this is the driver's side here. Driver's side. Yep, that's definitely passenger side. So I will just run this up in here. Mash this in here. And then just drop it right inside this one. And then I'll just wrap that up. Eventually I'll get some. So next I'll get kick panels and put speakers in there. Now run this along all this mess. Get all this twist out of it. Why? I don't know. Why not? While we're doing it, we're going to just drag it across all these sharp edges so we can cut the piss out of it. And this will all just bundle together like so. And there's all your rear speaker or rear radio connections. These are these. And then the front one's up in here somewhere, and the antenna's in there somewhere too. So there it is. So there's the connector for that. That's just wired into front left. Now it's time to put the radio in. So get this out of the way. This out of the way. Ow. Just loosened up. I'm just gonna take it off the wall. I'm just gonna take it off. Like that. I can still reach it through there, I think. Yep, I can reach it right there. Now we just fish it in. Like, oh. like so. I mean, it goes in there so easy. I don't get caught on all the pedals. Like that. Open it up. Like that. Bracket. Boom. There we go. Get this started. Like I said, it uses the factory bracket that holds the back up. If you have it, great. If not, I think it's not big a deal because this radio is much lighter than the original one. Plus, you got that display on the front, which kind of acts as a counterbalance. Get this thing started, that would be fantastic. Get it started. Now we can get in here and get these on. Like this. Now it ain't going nowhere. This one on. That's done. Get this bracket tightened up. There. That is in there. That is snug. No floppy. Besides, there's a brace on here I need to bolt up. That's in. Let me make the connections. Throw the face on it and see what happens. Now the fun part, I get the wire into this dash and make these connections. Oh my goodness, this last dash. And we got, there we go. This can only go in one. There. Seem to be missing a connector. Why am I missing a connector? What the hell am I missing here? Because I just pushed them all up there, that's what, dumbass. Oh, what a genius. I was looking for the connectors and I pushed them all up to the top. Like a jackass. My goodness. Jesus. Alright, that's everything. Alright, everything's hooked up. Everything hooked up. Got everything bundled up under the dash. Everything's tucked away, nothing hanging down. I got the interior put back together. Before I did all that, though, of course, I made sure all the speaker wires worked. Had signals to each corner. That all works. Got everything put away. Heat shrink the ends of them. Make sure and accidentally shorts, I clipped them, whatever, make sure they're flush, but then put a little heat shrink on them, make sure nothing touches anything. It shouldn't be short this thing out. So let's take a gander, see what it looks like. All right, this is from the driver's seat right here, and you can see it driving along. You can see it just fine. So I got gauges. Yeah, still got the plastic on those. I don't know why, but let's fire it up. See what it looks like. Of course, again, I still got to put the antenna extension on there. Get that working. So I have no sound, but it tucks up in here nicely. Fits right under there. I got it adjusted all the way down and tilted all the way back. It's not banging anything. But here we go. I can touch everything right here. I guess it doesn't want to. Jesus. Yeah, no device found. I gotta go in there and fix that beep. That's it right there. USBs, got nothing in there. So it's probably not picking anything up. Camera, don't have a rear camera. I thought I had a rear camera. I do, I just don't have the extension cable for it, so I didn't put it in there. Otherwise, I would have put one in there. Got all this, that's the equalizer. That's all that. And I can go in there and change that stupid beep. Android, I don't have Android Auto. Those are grayed out, don't have those. I do have, and again, I got the USBs right there. Got power going to it. Yeah, whatever. That's it. That's it. As you can see, I don't know if you can see from there, but kind of blends in. You can see from the driver's seat. Just walking by, it doesn't stand out. It is what it is. I like it. Got everything I need. I didn't have to cut up the dashboard or the dashboard. I didn't cut anything up. I can put it right back to stock if I need to. Like everything with this truck so far, I can go right back to bone stock in an afternoon. So let me know what you think about that. I like it. It should be pretty handy for J-Dub. I know I got an echo in here. I got the door closed because it's so damn cold outside. So it does exactly what I needed to do. Just need to put some speakers in it. Got to get that antenna hooked up. So the next thing we'll do is probably speakers. Probably speakers next time you see this truck. At least the stereo on that stereo install will be the speakers. Put front and rear speakers in it. JW will be driving us tomorrow. Well, I think they're off school the next 2 days, so whatever. Anyways, let me know what you think. Is it a good idea? Bad idea? It don't matter really because I like it. If you're interested in maybe a setup like that, let me know. I'll see what I can do to get some more made up. Other than that, like it, subscribe it, and we'll see you next time.